Okay, welcome back into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Guys, you ever notice every time market starts to heat up, something big suddenly happens in the news, tariff wars, interest rate scares, whatever we've been dealing with here lately? Tap that like and subscribe down below. It's never random, guys. They're doing this on purpose. These events are the oldest trick in the book, and it happens every time. They want to shake the little guy out. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Must apologize for technical difficulties yesterday. We were not able to get on, but we are on now, and it happens. So thanks for joining us today. Apologize for our absence yesterday. Look at what's going on right now, guys. Trump drops talks on tariffs the other day, and suddenly both a regular market and crypto market starts to get a little shaky. Retail panics, institutional money, quietly, of course, reloads. We've seen it a million times before, haven't we, guys? Tariffs are simply a tool, the tool that's used. It's a headline to move the sentiment. The deeper game is about controlling it, okay? Can't have everybody getting rich. You just can't. Anyway, but it's designed so that not everybody can get rich. When you panic sell, they accumulate, guys. When you buy the tops, they, of course, distribute. Crypto is this perfect playground to keep playing over and over again, like the reg stock market. Why? Why is it even better, is my question. It's 24/7. It just keeps going. You think back to 2018 trade war, right? Markets crashed, right? Then came the pump, 2020. Remember what happened there with the demic? Yeah. 2025, here we go again. Pattern's the same every time. Create fear, dump markets, re-enter cheap, rinse, repeat. Just keep doing it over and over again. And what is the problem? That most retail traders think it's about the news still. This is why this game keeps working. Not about the news. The news follows the money always. Everything follows the money. Look at the charts. Stories are crafted to justify the moves after they have already happened, guys. Now, we know in this community, the XRP community, we know the truth of this. We see it. We know that while the world watches tariff headlines and so forth, Ripple's out there signing banks, rolling out RLUSD, continuing to get closer to that ETF launch coming in the fall here. And that's why I tell people all the time, don't chase the noise, don't listen to the noise, follow the structure. The real wealth transfer isn't about who trades fastest. It's about who understands the game that's being played here, guys. How it all works and being able to capitalize on it at certain key points. They're going to hit us with fear and tariffs and drama and market collapse and blah, blah, blah. And those who stay calm and see the cycles and buy when it's down, no, I'm not a financial advisor. We're the ones who win, especially a decade later. The black swans are engineered. It's obvious. It's how the market resets positions. It's so clear. It's done at certain times. You'll notice it happens just as liquidity builds up like too much on one side, right? And then boom, the event drops. It always happens, right? And it's always the opposite of when you think everybody thinks it's going to happen. Retail runs, smart money buys. That's the cycle we keep watching over and over again. Crypto stocks, commodities, all the same mechanics. Yep. This time it's different. Now, this time the transition to tokenized assets does kind of change everything, right? The more blockchain transparency we have, the harder it becomes to hide manipulation. So XRP, XDC, XLM, HBAR, they're building the rails that will expose how money really moves. A glass box, right? So yeah, tariffs make headlines, but distributed ledger tech changes the game for this whole thing. Once you understand this, because soon, guys, the flow of money will be visible not just to the, say, elite insiders kind of thing, but to everybody. Everybody's going to see this. That's why it's so hard to fight against this. They're trying so hard to fight against this now. Right? Always got to control the back door, the pipes. Right? We want them transparent, and that's what the real revolution behind crypto is, not the price and the hype It's really the ability. It really is the freedom. Maybe not complete anonymity, privacy with transactions, but a lot more freedom. So, next market scare here coming up, which we could see another massive black swan to have everybody, of course, say, "Oh, that crypto stuff was nothing. See, that was a big nothing burger. You guys all see, you guys are all wrong about that." And then that's about the time it goes crazy, because it always has to be that. Because if we thought it was, look at how the sentiment happens every time, and then what happens with the market. And watch how long, by the way, it trades sideways as well. I'll get to that in a second. But just look at the sentiment in the market and how we watch something like a black swan and what that does, and how everything just goes right back up. So longs get liquidated. Long positions get liquidated, and they sit there and load their bags. These people are crazy. This is what's going on. Does not matter. They don't know who you are. They don't want to know who you are. It doesn't matter. Nope. Leaves on a tree. So as a leaf on a tree, and I'm very apologetic and I feel terrible. And by the way, welcome in, guys. Totally awesome. Welcome in. Guys, for the folks that lost gobs of money in crypto, I do feel bad for you. I'll take my glasses off for you. I feel so bad. I have friends who lost on leverage, and I feel terrible about this. And they're not the only ones. There's quite a few people. Now we know. Some don't. Some say, "Hey, I'm gonna keep going with leverage." I'm not a financial advisor. In almost every single video, well, not really, but in a lot of them, I have said, please don't. So now that we know, no more leverage. Let the price do the work for you, which means that we have to be patient, and that's what it ends up being. So it's a patience game. This is a game of patience, guys. Anybody who's doing this knows that those who hold in the longest when it comes to any investment and can wait until the investment reaches a price level where you're comfortable that you've gained enough compared to the price that you purchased it at, right, some time ago. And, you bought that thing at, I don't know, let's say it's a supercar. You can't put any miles on it, but just keep it pristine, this awesome supercar. You're like, you know what? Just going to spend the $400,000 on this supercar and watch it appreciate over the next, whatever years, and sell it and make a couple grand profit, whatever, on that little piece. Can do it. Not a financial advisor. It's an obvious money-making move right there. You have to choose the proper supercar, of course, and there are quite a few of them. But I'm not here to give you that kind of advice. I'm here to say that, crypto is an asset class that's fresh and new, and it's not too dissimilar to other assets that folks gain silly returns on 2, 3, 4, 5 years, with insane, of course, tax protection, like buying fine art and things like this. And, appraisals being what they are these days. Smiles for the camera. So I think everybody understands where we're going with crypto. I think this crash is the obvious, engineered black swan. Come on. Every single, guys, I love you guys. I love everybody in here. That black swan was the most obvious thing that I had been calling for the longest time. So had some others, and I'm calling a larger one coming up shortly. That either you check this out, check this logic out, what needs to happen. We'll get to markets in a second, and welcome in, everybody. Guys, you got Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank, and here's the deal. Before I jump into the obvious rant that I'm getting ready to go wacky on, don't forget our Patreon, please, and don't forget Caleb and Brown, our link down below, and I'll explain more on that later, how obviously the exchanges crashed just Dude, you can be an I told you so guy when you keep saying, because totally awesome, all you guys have been in here knowing I've been calling all this exact same stuff. And you have too. It didn't take a genius. Not that you're not geniuses. I know I'm not. But it doesn't take a lot, guys. All we have to do is have clear eyes to see the truth of what keeps happening. And here it is. And I'll get to markets in a second. And welcome in. Tap like and subscribe, please. You got crypto info. You got Frank the Crypto Tank, and he's ready to go off on a tank, on a rant right now on this. Oh, my gosh. Anybody, very kindly, I'm going to say this, if I can, with a smile. Anybody who couldn't see that black swan, little black swan, was about to happen, still obviously holding some medium-ish, long-term-ish, right, key support levels for all the crypto market. Interesting. We'll get to that in a second. I'll pull that up. It's so funny because I'm going to go back to, then I'm going to go back to the last FTX little banger there with that whole thing, and I'm going to show you the red valley of death there for a little while. And show you the truth on the backed up, when in doubt, zoom out. And we're almost always in doubt, aren't we? So we always got to be zooming out. And when we do, boy, do we get clarity, clear eyes. And here's the point. I am calling another massive black swan event coming up here. That means to shake everybody out of, even the people, not believers, the knowers who have researched crypto and put so much into it to say, oh my gosh, maybe this is a nothing burger. Hey, honey, we might have made a mistake with this crypto thing. That's you saying that? Yeah, we might have made a mistake. Once it gets to that point, by the way, don't forget, it also then has to trade sideways for the longest time. Man, my allergies today. Sorry, I'm having a hard time speaking because my sinuses keep closing up. Guys, I'm losing my train of thought, too. This is such an obvious point to make, too. It's so clear to see. This happens every time. Oh, it trades sideways for the longest time. Now I got to share this screen, right? Right. Now it's time to share this screen. Because look what happens when we get to the crypto market and we hop out to its all. Chart. Check it. Tigers. Look at this. Let me get some glasses on for this. Look at this. Now, hang on, FTX. Look at this. From 11/13, well, we started our crash kind of like, and I remember I was on a project in my hometown right here when that happened that day, and I'll never forget that. I was like, oh, geez, here we go again. They need to shake them out, and they need to buy up, and that's what they did. From there, so 11/6 to, oh, geez. Yeah, wow. So a couple months in here. Now, look where we are now. Look at where okay, let's get back further. Geez, it won't, I can't get it unless I do this. No, I can't get it to pull me back. Oh, geez, I've done that before. All right, I can't get it to pull back, and that's okay. I don't need to. All right, so if we get to here, right, now we're 2024 March. Now we're December 2024. Now, hang on. We're at okay, now hang on. Let's get here. We're down at 800 billion, and I think we were even lower. We're at something like 600, 700 billion, 790, okay, billion for the crypto market. Now, in 2024, and by the way, that was 2022 fall, FTX crash. Now, March 2024, where are we? 2.7 trill. This next height right here, where are we? 3.71 trill. That's December 2024. So March, December, we hit these lows here. In April, all right, first week in April, we hit these lows, drop back down 2.49 trill. Then we hit this nice height here, 4 points. So we hit an all-time high of crypto market, and get ready for it. Here it comes. Here comes the point, the punchline, and the rant all at the same time. Hold on, crypto market getting away before we have these regulations set. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa, lasso them up. Black Swan. Hey, hold on, lasso. Yeah, but you don't do, what are you talking about, Jim? That's not going to happen. Everything's going just fine. We got ETFs getting ready to be approved. Everything. We got long positions all over the place. So come on, we can't possibly go back down these levels. Oh, yeah? Well, watch this, Jim. Black Swan event. Who announced the Black Swan event and is saying, hey, here's who that would be President Trump, right? Okay. Okay. Now, here we have the height of the crypto market, 4.20 trillion. Black Swan event says lasso them up. Black Swan event here to save the day and drop this stuff down. Engineered Black Swan to drop the price down, drive it down. Price driven down to here, 3.8 trillion. No further than that. Holding the same level, at least as of now, that we were here in the beginning of September. And we're also here back in July. 4th of July. So what do you, who's crying now? Why are you crying? Don't cry. Buy. Don't cry. Buy. No, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. That would be crazy because you could lose all your money in crypto and everything. Don't buy or sell anything because of what I say or do. But look at this. We're still holding these levels. Over here and here and here. And almost here back in December of 2024. So what are you guys talking about? Shut up. Stop being the annoying kids over at the kids' table that are going, oh, see, I told you about crypto. You really don't have any business playing this game, acting like that. This game is not for people who act like that. Well, I guess it is. There's got to be those who get, used as exit liquidity, let's simply say. Guys, do not forget about Caleb and Brown. By the way, before we get to that, don't forget that Bitcoin now is at 111,000. If we go back to, let's go to something a little more similar, more recent, I mean. Okay, so here we are. Like I said, we're back at levels where we were in July. Let's not cry. Let's instead buy. Yes, I did try to rhyme. It was evolving and developing, so I took it home. I slammed it home. Guys, 111,619 for a Bitcoin. Yippity-doo-dah. See this chart? It just keeps going up and up. You can't stop it. All you can do is Black Swan it so you can try to shake more retail out. People don't get quite so rich. You go ahead and scoop up more, and then go ahead and send it up higher. Oh, boy, I hope we're having fun on the channel this morning as the tank lays out the truth, not laying around in the matrix, swimming and jumping around outside like a Mexican jumping bean at a frying pan of hot oil. We have Ethereum at 4,080 a coin, up 3.74 trillion. What's up, pity baby? My pit bull. One of. XRP is up $3.38. Yay. Like I've said all the time, who cares? I don't care what these markets do. Until they do, where they show me the price action, and then I take my money. Like, until then, who gives a crap? My bags are packed. Why would I give a scrap? Please check out Caleb and Brown. You're not going to be disappointed, folks. They keep your crypto custodied in Fireblocks institutional grade custody. And they also keep it 1-to-1, unlike that other guy during that little spot that I showed you over here with the nice little red pocket there on the alt chart of, right over in here. This dude. Yeah. These guys don't do that. And they're open 24/7. And you saw what happened with the exchanges now, didn't you? This past time around now, didn't you? I hope you guys, welcome into the channel. Stu, welcome in. Guys, you saw what happened last time with the exchange. Last time. It literally just happened a few days ago. You couldn't get access to your stuff. I'm going to do a flip out again. Stu says, I longed crypto. I followed a smart investor, the crypto YouTuber. I lost all my money. Uh-oh, no, I hope that's not true. It's not my fault. It's Binance's fault. Oh, you're joking. It's a victimhood. Yeah, it is. No, I know. A lot of people did that. No, I was like, Stu, I know you didn't do that. Yes. No, I know. Stu, look at, we're trying to be kind. The exchanges was a test. Wait for the banks to do that. Yes. Very true. Stu, thanks for the comments. And look at, now here's the deal. A lot of people are going to do that. Now, my buddies are awesome. My buddies who lost and that it took completely were just like, I'm a knucklehead. I'm an idiot. I thought I was being cute. I knew I shouldn't have been doing. I wasn't crazy amount. It was a good enough amount, but, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, good for you, right? Good for the people that have made the error of doing it and said, you know what? I followed some, I thought it was a good move. I played on leverage. I longed a number of positions, perhaps. Yeah, and, but hats off to the people who are honest, and I hope they learn to not do that anymore. How about we just take advantage of the price action? But the price action is obvious because it's an easy enough thing to do, guys, if we feel like we haven't loaded our bags enough. I mean, I have, personally speaking, never financial advice. It's just me. People ask me if I loaded up, and I did see it coming, and I see another one coming, a bigger one. And then, by the way, and I didn't because I have enough. I've loaded my bags, but I don't know where you guys are, but then it has to trade sideways for a long time. And then once it trades sideways for a while after the big black swan, and it's enough of even us being like, maybe this was a nothing burger. Oh my God, maybe we made a mistake with this whole crypto thing. You're not going to hear me saying that because I know the Jews are out of the bottle. You guys probably do too. But when enough people, regs, the world goes, God, I thought this was all moving forward with regulations and pro-crypto White House and ETFs being approved, and everything, which I guess the thing was a nothing burger. And when that happens for long enough, then it's super cycle to the moon. You heard it here first on the channel. Stu says, I'm a boring investor. Buy and hold. I'm a squirrel. Yeah, okay. Well, I am too then. And if we call that boring, it is what it is, man, because the boring squirrel wins the race. The boring squirrel stacking nuts constantly and holding, if knows how to load them, the nuts properly, wins the race. The tortoise wins the race. Look it. I'm not a financial advisor, and you know that. I'm simply a pretty kind of like smart dude, and I'm kind of a pain in the butt because I'm not afraid to say that out loud. Most people don't do that, but I don't care. So I see something's true, I'm saying it. I look at myself compared to others around me, and I'm like, Frank, you're kind of smart. You just got to kind of admit it. Don't be a jerk, though. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to be. I'm going to honestly say I have a clear vision over and over again, ahead of time, even though people around me are like, dude, come on. And I'm like, 3 years later, like, why are you a time traveler? Guys, I don't understand how the whole world can't see the obviousness of the truth. That blockchain is an obvious means of leveraging and controlling me included, all the lemmings, all the leaves on the tree, all the humans, because just a lot of them in this world, and only more are being created now. And that's okay. More to merrier. As long as they're all in their lanes. And I could go further, but that's for the Patreon. But on that, and those who know me know where I was going to go with that one. Guys, blockchain's perfect. Just got to own the back door to it, as the ones wielding, holding the what's it called? The Sword of Destiny? You got to open the back door now. Child, come on. Somebody's fetch my sweet tea. See what I mean? This is where I get real on you when I start talking like that. By the way, I, in some ways, very much miss Tennessee and Georgia, where I've spent a good amount of time living and loving. And they say they have the best barbecue, KC. What do you say about that? Oh, by the way, Texas, what do you say about that? They say they have the best barbecue down there in Tennessee. They say it blows yours away. Uh-oh. He's going to start a barbecue. You know, those of you who know what I mean right now. This is a thing. It's so hilarious to me. Oh, boy, I love my fellow brothers and sisters. I will grab this guy. It is painful watching the normies, guys, and Sue is so on point with this. And I love the normies. Gosh, darn it, do I love my brothers and sisters to the very end. And my mission here, if ever I could have one, is to do the best I can to help others to see through the veil. Largely to no avail to this point, in my opinion, but I could be reading it wrong, but I feel most people are kind of asleep. Yes. Guys, I hope you're enjoying Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank, because the point I'm laying out is that cryptocurrency markets are, hold on one sec, let me get back to it for you. Cryptocurrency markets are about to explode, and we are seeing, let's just take Bitcoin, for example, and jump back to let's not go that far. Let's go back to a 1 month chart. Now, 926. We had Bitcoin at 109. Let's hop back to a 1 year. 2024. In November 2024, we were at 69,000 for a Bitcoin. Even back just a hair further, we're at 67,000 in October for a Bitcoin around Halloween. Yeah, is that about right? 70 grand on Halloween for a Bitcoin in 2024. So now Halloween, is that right? It is. So now Halloween, I am calling very simply, very easily, at least $150,000 Bitcoin coming up very, very shortly. Might not be right at Halloween, but it's going to be somewhere around Thanksgiving or so, and we're going to see the rest jump too. But until we do, we need a bunch of trading sideways right now to have everybody say, meaning the lemmings say, oh, it's a big nothing burger. See, I'll give up your bag so they can then buy up all the fear and then send this thing even higher. And then you guys all come in and buy the top, not Stu and not the rags, not the people whom I know better, but most of retail and a lot of institutions will be fooled too. Believe it or not, institutions get fooled. Not the largest, but you'll get institutions acting like retail lemmings. And if you think that's not true, you're not using your good God-given sense and not paying attention, because we've seen it happen over and over again, where smaller institutions have laid out and acted like retail and followed the FUD and followed the noise and should not have, and no, they shouldn't later. But anyway, guys, this cryptocurrency market is about to explode. I think we all know that. If we jump onto Fiat Leak and see how much, excuse me, we have about 500,000 XRP being traded in the past minute, almost 500,000 XRP traded in the past minute. And I want to quickly jump back to this point about Caleb. Guys, the thing about Caleb and Brown, welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Guys, tap like and subscribe down below if you don't mind. Here's the thing. Here's the difference with Caleb and Brown. Caleb and Brown is a crypto broker. They are not like the exchanges that you just saw crash when we just had this black swan dip, because volatility, the liquidity just isn't there. So when volatility happens, either one way or the other, and people want to go get active on the exchanges, and all these people attempt to hop on and do their thing, by and large, these exchanges cannot handle this activity. And Robinhood we saw in a big way, and Uphold, and we saw some others. Uphold, they did the best they could. Simon made an apology. Thank you for doing that. That was very kind. That was very good to do that. Robinhood's CEO made these guys make their apologies, and I get it. And You're not dealing with that with a Caleb and Brown. They're a crypto broker. They don't work the same way as an exchange works like that. You might want to go to our link down below, please, and check out Caleb and Brown for your own benefit. It is completely safe. Tell them that the tank sent you, or simply call them, but please give us our credits and tell them that Frank the Crypto Tank sent me over here and said I should ask you some questions about Caleb and why should I be using your brokerage service. And go ahead and call our buddy Jim Bizzani over there. Check our Caleb and Brown interview with Jim Bizzani on our channel. You can just search that or find that down at the bottom of our videos or top with our videos. And you'll see why this might be one of the smartest moves you ever made in crypto. Because, guys, what can we do if we're millionaires on paper and we can't get access to the crypto once the volatility happens and once I didn't lose my train of thought. I just thought of something different. Sorry, and I want to get to the full screen. Guys, we don't want to simply be millionaires on paper, do we? And it's not financial advice. I know you know that. My opinion is, why would somebody want to be a millionaire on paper and ride this all the way up and down? When XRP hits its $50, $75, and these other things do. I'm not selling XRP. Once these coins that I will be selling, like VeChain and some of the others, hit $5, $7, $10, whatever they go to, even I might wait for $50 on VeChain, for a coin for VeChain. But once these go to these heights, I go and sell some of these things. I pay my tax on it. I keep a majority of my crypto holdings in, but how am I ever going to even do that and realize the reality of off-ramping from crypto into USD, not all of it, but some, and being careful and then moving into real estate and things, because we want the money into things that appreciate, not a failing dollar, right? That's losing. Don't want to hold all kinds of money inside cash. That's a losing animal, right? We don't want to do that. But we know what my point is, and then buying some assets like real estate and things like this. But keeping the majority in cryptocurrency, waiting for it to explode so I can then go ahead and dump and grab some more gains and put it into more real life tangible assets like real estate and things like this, and or go ahead and leverage some of my crypto at that point in time, maybe 3-5 years down the road. So this is a longer term plan, but why would we not want to do this with a Caleb and Brown, a brokerage service? Why are we going to pretend that we're going to be able to, be successful with exchanges that can't handle? They're too illiquid. They can't handle the amount of volatility that happens and the liquidity that's required when we either have a black swan or we have something like a super cycle. How in the world, in your good thinking mind, does anybody think? I just don't understand how people are thinking. Anyway, you got to be you, and I got to be me, and I got to not push too much on people and be kind and respectful. You all must do what you do. I know, right? I know. Steve's like, those fighting words. Aussies do the best barbecue. I know. Geez, I forgot. There's even these other parts of the world. The Aussies are going to say that, and I get that. Stu, I get that, dude. I know what you're saying, Tank. Soul on hold, says Seth, and good morning, Seth, and welcome in. And good afternoon, by the way, wherever you are. And Stu, I think you're in afternoon right now, or in the evening, actually. Or no, are you morning? Wait, if you're down under, you're morning, right? It depends. I think you're 14 hours ahead, right? So if you're in Perth or somewhere like this, you're 14 hours ahead, I'm pretty sure. Somebody enlighten me. Guys, I think we are ready. So I'm sorry, that means it would be like 5 p.m. or something like that for you. Guys, I think we are on our way to the most massive crypto explosion, but either we're going to see trade sideways long enough to see even people who know crypto so well and have so much investor influence say, oh my gosh, maybe this was a nothing burger. That's about the time they send it up. That has to happen first. Or major black swan, because that wasn't enough. Major black swan, more than what we just saw. Believe it or not, even though it was 19.1 bill and the next largest one was 1 point whatever bill and the other one was 1 billion. It was like, wait, 19 times They'll go, well, yeah, there's more money in it and everything. Okay, whatever. I get tired. In a good way. I'm still happy. I get tired watching The Matrix, but I stay patient. And it makes me smile and laugh and giggle. And not when people lose money. I don't want to see people lose money. I don't like this leverage thing. Please, I have always ever told you, how are you going to play leverage when the best in the world have told you they've been doing it for decades and they can't do it properly? Why? Because there's always a bear snare trap waiting for you to step into. And once they set the trap, you be done. You're longed, you're leveraged, you're done, you're out. I'm sorry all your money is taken that you had in there. You are liquefied. Why? Because they know what they're doing and they're ready to do it to you, which is why you never do it to yourself. So don't ever play leverage. And I have said it a million times. But why though, Tank? Because they run the game, and at any time they want to, and it's going to be when you least expect, they're going to pull the trigger and pull the rug. And it will be too late for you to get out, as has just been seen again by folks who just got the rug pulled on long leverage. So, how about don't do it again, ever? Been told a million times. Stop by me and others. What, do you don't believe me? There are those who will get to the end of the race, and there are those who, some of these people will still get to the end of the race, which I'm happy for, because I want my friends and my people to do well. I don't like to see this happen to people. I want people to start listening to me. I'm starting to get pissed off because you're getting hurt and you're not listening to me. I'm not a financial advisor. I always got to follow up with that. Seth, and Stu, and people who are in here, and we got to about wrap. Oh, I guess we're right. I was going to say we got to wrap this up time-wise, but we're okay because it's 7:40. You better tap that like and subscribe. You better tap the cable link. You better give me all the love that you can, because for what I give you guys in the world, whoever does come into Crypto Info Blockchain Media is with your host, I spit it to you true and real, and if you listen to what I say and do what I say, you would see the difference in what happens with where you are in crypto as we keep moving further down this path. We're not done yet. And by the way, we probably, like I said, have another major black swan coming. A big shakeout and low buying opportunity again. And or trade sideways, because then probably trade sideways for a long time before super cycle. And just about the time everybody starts believing that, including me, it'll do the opposite and just go super cycle overnight on you and me and everybody. Huh? This guy's talking riddles. Oh boy, guys, it is kind of riddles. That's what keeps all of us in doubt. But when in doubt, we zoom out. All right, Seth says, I know what you're saying, Tank, so hang on, game over, kiddos. And I am saying game over. And I'm saying this is about to over. And I'm saying that those who, okay, so here's the deal. I watch who comes in and out of the channel, and I don't know if you guys know that, but I can see how many people come on at what time, and I can see right about the time when people tune out what I'm saying. And don't you know that it gives me, of course, a great barometer or benchmark on where at least the people who have hopped in, where they are with crypto. Because when I strike nerves and hit nerves, they're out. They're like, oh shit, that's me. That's me. I'm out. This is too uncomfortable for me. It's hilarious. Or he's just too boring and too dumb. But, it's so hilarious to me how many people jump out of this channel and they keep going. Here goes. Okay. But you know what? Not required to get the point across with crypto. It's that those who did see the truth with crypto and did hang on, which are clearly not the people who just left, because the people who stay in are the people who did what we did, which is Seth and the few others, and maybe Marty's in here, I don't know, and totally awesome, and some of our others, and Stu, and We know that we are ready for an explosion. We see what they do. We know what is happening. We know we're not making it up. These are controlled demolitions that constantly will happen. The U.S. Markets are the most massive piece of control to control the people, which controls their state of where they are with chasing the green dollar and trading their time for money or not. And if we can keep if we can have it be that there's almost no middle class at all, by the way, and get it to be where there's just almost like a third world country thing, ultra wealthy, very poor, but kind of like enough of a middle class that has to keep working hard and keep going and going and going and keep being food for the higher. Boy, if we can keep that system going, then we're looking great. And that's what's done. That's the obviousness of the truth, what's done. So can't have everybody breaking out of that cycle now, can we? Must trade time for money, all the leaves on the tree. You all have to. You can't have everybody being rich. That does not work for us. Not going to work. Okay, so this is how it's done. It is the largest tool to keep people trading time for money, thereby keeping the lemmings under control and in a state of, dare I say, fear. Perpetually. So always concerned about the next meal and the next whatever. And for some folks, still the next overdraft fee. God bless. Oh boy, this world is going to get better, in my opinion. And I think that once some wealth is realized by certain individuals, we're going to see some improvement in this world. We already have by some folks, a la Musk and some others. And President Donald Trump, in my opinion, and some others, using wealth to further our position in the world for the powers of good, and not bad, but the powers of good. This is what we are trying to do. No, it's not the X-Men. I don't mean it like the halls of justice. The powers of good. Sounds like a superhero thing. Crypto is obviously going nowhere but up. They obviously are trying to backdoor it like everything else. Those who can see the truth and who have purchased enough and can wait and be patient long enough are about to be rather wealthy by most people's standards around us. That may include you guys. I hope it does. I hope that you guys see the writing on the wall with crypto and you understand that these are engineered events that just happened. They're black swan events. They are designed to shake you out of crypto. Anybody who can't see that does not have clear eyes, you might want to follow this channel for just a little bit. You got Frank the Crypto Tank here. Don't forget our Patreon. And don't forget, and by the way, that's pretty interesting. Check our link down below for that. And don't forget about these three. Because if I have to shout this any louder, and don't forget we have to include our H-bar icon. You folks who have not missed the point, God bless you. You folks who have missed the point, God bless you as well. And anybody in between, I hope you have the best day ever. And I love you all, and I think you know that. And I think you know where I was coming from today with this episode. And thank goodness for not playing along with leverage. And please do not do that anymore. Those of you who did it, have the best day ever. And pretty soon we're going to be done working. And Totally Awesome and Stu and everybody and Seth, have the best day ever. And guys, tap like and subscribe. Help us out on the channel. I appreciate you very much for doing that. Have the best day ever. Keep a smile on your faces on this beautiful Wednesday, wherever you are in this fantastic world. And thanks for spending some time from the bottom of my heart, by the way. Thanks for taking some time and spending time with me this morning. And I do apologize once again for having our technical difficulties yesterday and not getting on the air. I'll see you guys. Have a good day. I love you guys.